You could probably cut through like
Did you guys see
a hood? No.
You don't think so?
With a knife?
Yeah.
No.
Think about like a
maybe a knife and a hammer. Like
think about like a
can opener?
1994 Kia Sorento.
Maybe.
I don't think you want that car's battery.
And
yeah.
You know what's gonna happen? This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna be like, that's how you push your fucking fingers into the serrations. I know from experience.
Hi, welcome back to the Radial podcast. My name's Austin. I'm joined by Devin.
Hey.
And Jeff.
Hello.
So the Spanish Grand Prix happened this morning.
You sure did.
What?
Sorry, you mean the Spanish Grand Prix?
The Spanish Grand Prix. Yeah, that somebody screwed up and lost their job for sure.
They may have done that out of spite. There's some stuff going on in Spain. Like, you know how they played two national anthems this morning and Fernando almost left during one of them?
What's that about?
There's some shit with Catalonia.
Yeah.
Or Catalan, I guess, is the whole region.
So
they don't want to be part of Spain, I don't think.
Something along those lines.
I think there's a civil war brewing in Spain.
Oh.
But I'm not sure.
I don't know about
I should
any
not
of this.
speak to this.
Because I was sitting there with Aaron and we were watching the race and they started playing another anthem and had like two flags and Aaron was like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, Spain be weird, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently
trouble brewing in
some political issues that piss Fernando Alonso off.
No, I just don't think he was expecting to see the second one, so he was getting ready to leave because he knew that was the end of his, and he was like, wait a second.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was upset.
I don't think so.
And he doesn't believe in a divided Spain. España. Spanish. So yeah, that race happened.
That's... Yeah.
Yeah, it was a race.
Sure
it was not as good as the previous races. I'll say that up front.
There's a lot of people real mad.
I'm kind of mad.
About what?
At a specific driver, but we'll get there.
I'm talking...
Is it Lance Stroll? Fuck that guy.
So tell us about, like, the drama that is unfolding within F1.
I think that people are blowing things out of proportion, but essentially there's a lot of people that are real mad because I guess Pirelli for, what is it? It's going to be the Spanish Grand Prix, London, and maybe Austria. The Pirelli tires are marginally different than what they have been for all of the other races because Red Bull and Mercedes, I guess, asked them to change the tires to make the wear surface marginally thinner. So I guess they get to temperature faster, which is something that people are saying that Mercedes has struggled with, so that then Pirelli gave them their tires, and then now we're going to be back on like a... Basically just people are upset that Pirelli catered to Mercedes, is what they're saying is happening.
Yeah, that seems...
Unlikely?
Like a real, like, tinfoil hat, like, fucking thing. Like,
oh, yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
It seems more like the tire manufacturer heard what the teams were saying over practice and are like, yeah, we should probably make these so we can get temperature in them
faster. Even if Mercedes is like, hey, can we fix this so tires can come up to temp sooner? Like,
that should be...
I don't see what the issue is.
Like, everyone's still got the same tire.
Yeah, everyone has the same tire. I think it's mostly... And I don't have any problem with Ferrari, but it's a lot of Ferrari fans because they were doing very well. And then now to be like, oh, we didn't have any problems putting heat in the tires, so why do you need to change it just because Mercedes has a problem?
They let Ferrari race with some mirrors that were immediately banned.
Well,
were they?
Yeah, they're banned for Monaco.
So Ferrari, prior to this race, brought... It's not like a new aero package, but... So instead of the side mirrors being mounted on the side pods, they were mounted to the halo.
Yeah, which...
That part's fine.
That part is fine. What the problem is, they also put wings on them.
It's a support structure
That is not a support structure.
It is, because it goes up and then it has a beam that goes down to the top of the mirror.
Yep.
Okay.
So what exactly got banned?
The wing part of the mirror.
Yeah.
Just all aero on the Halo, or
Well,
no, the wing part of the mirror that's on the Ferrari.
so like that's what I saw.
like how do you ban that without banning all the rest of the aero shit they've been putting on Halos?
Because it sticks out like this far.
All right.
Like
Yeah.
4 inches.
It's a weird thing, right? Because they say like it's a safety device, so you're not supposed to do that stuff to it.
But literally every team has aero shit
But
on their
literally
Halo.
every team has like little mini
Nothing
wings
as
on
protrusive
the Halo.
as this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this also hangs off like
A
12 or so inches.
I
So
don't think it goes that far.
More like 6, I think.
it's more than that. You're talking to the carpenter. I know how long things are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy knows 6 inches when he sees it.
But yeah, the FIA immediately said, "Hey, don't fucking do that," and then they're not allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah, that is actually probably like 8 to 10 inches. It's just as
You're
wide
arguing with
as
me about
the
2 inches.
Also, something that I noticed that Ferrari seems to be doing that I was trying to pay attention to see if other cars had it as well. But the Ferrari mirrors are made up of 2 convex. I always get those backwards. Slightly like rounded mirrors.
That's convex.
So they can see.
If it's rounded out, that's convex. In is cave.
Okay, yeah. 2 slightly convex mirrors on each thing, so they get more angles.
Huh.
Where everybody else just seemed to be just a flat mirror.
Did you guys hear about the tinfoil hattery about those mirrors being like vortex generators?
Yeah.
Yeah. it's
I
just
feel
crazy.
like that people were thinking that they always had been because they are an aero component on Ferrari more
I had,
than anybody else.
Daniel was talking to me and he said that extra switch on Seb's steering wheel, like he knows what it does. It generates vortexes for cars behind him or whatever. And I was like, that is some crazy shit. Like, I mean, that might be the case, but I really doubt that it's like let's pull this switch and it fucking ruins all the air behind us.
Oh,
like,
no, that's not what that is.
Yeah,
at
that'd
all.
be dumb as hell. Whatever it is, it's surely legal. Like, I don't know what, because surely,
I would think it'd be really hard to prove otherwise.
like, scrutineering would see what it is.
I think it'd be really hard to prove otherwise. Aerodynamics, man, it'd be weird.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think that Formula One scrutineers are aerodynamicists.
I would think for sure they are.
Not all of them. I think
You only need the one for the, like, important thing you want to go look at.
But also, if that were the case, like, I feel like other teams would have already been like, "Hey, this is fucked up," and
yeah.
not,
Like, I don't know. I think it's...
nobody's been like, "Hey, Ferrari's mirrors are bad.
Yeah.
Investigate." And that hasn't happened, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
It's a real good impression of Claire Williams.
sounded like Christian Horner to me.
Fuck yourself.
Chris, I've got some good things to say about Christian Horner from this race.
Oh man, I do too.
He's
so
great.
Do we have any other news?
Miami, the city, voted to approve
Yes,
the race.
the race is
so
approved.
It's not confirmed going to happen, but the city's approved it. So talks, like, I assume now it's just like negotiating how much money is going to be
Neither one of you
involved.
guys watched the grid walk, did you?
I did not know.
I did not.
So, like Captain Eyebrows, that picture I sent you guys,
dude,
that's
that's-
some dude from Liberty Media, and he was talking about it, and he's like, you know,
Sorry, no. I just in my mind now I have this picture of all of the Liber Media like board members, and they all have some sort of crazy
fucking
facial
hair on their face.
Chase
Yeah.
Carey with his mustache, that dude with his freaking caterpillars parked on top of his head.
damn, yeah. I'll have to post a picture of that.
That's
That
like
shit
a
is
bunch of
bananas.
super villains.
But he was talking about, you know, the county and the city of Miami, Miami-Dade and then Miami proper have approved everything. The city manager is in talks with Liberty Media for like a long-term deal. The track layout is not for sure. They have to find something that like has the least impact on the residents and the businesses of Miami before it can be approved. Because if it has a substantial impact, negative impact on the residents or the businesses, they can't do it. So, yeah, that's happening. So, we're gonna go down there.
Build it on the beach.
That'd be dope. Build a tunnel underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a show that had a Formula One-esque race that had a tunnel that went underwater that they raced through, and they did loop-de-loops over the ceiling.
I want to see it.
Was it Speed Racer?
No.
You guys seen that Speed Racer?
No.
It's
It's
terrible.
10 years old. It's really good.
Is it really 10 years old?
I think it's 10 years old, and it's fucking awesome.
It's horrible.
It's so dumb. It's so great. I love it.
So, yeah, the Miami race is happening. I would like to go to that. Miami is
It's a cool place.
far, but
I
it's
like
cool.
Florida.
Florida's cool.
We are flying if we go. I'm going to go and
I'm
say
driving.
that.
Yeah, I'd fly.
You're insane. You're going to spend more on fuel than I am on my plane ticket.
I'm going to have fun
Me
Are
too.
you?
with my boys.
No,
Nope.
On a road
we're
trip.
flying.
No, because I'm going to bring other people if you guys don't. go with me.
Okay. Good luck finding people. You don't have friends.
I have you guys.
Now you
for
have
us.
to take into consideration, now that you're not self-employed, a vacation allotment that you need to
Yep.
not use too much of.
God damn it.
We're flying.
I don't want to fly.
Are you afraid of flying?
No, I'm not afraid of flying
Do
at
you have
all.
some fears that we need to discuss?
No, I just like road trips.
Do you need a friend?
I have them. They're right here. So yeah, we can do like a Radial Vice cast and go to Miami and do all that cool shit. Can we rent like an 80s Ferrari?
Can we rent a cigarette boat?
Can I rent a white tux?
Do you both know what cigarette boats are?
No.
Yes.
They're like the...
Think of Miami Vice.
Yeah, they're like the really long speedboats that they do drug running in.
Oh, hell yeah.
You guys want to get deep into cocaine?
You want to start a cartel?
Hell yeah.
I mean,
I hear it's lucrative.
I hear that if we get rich and we dress in white suits with like wife beaters underneath and wear cool polarized sunglasses.
What about instead of a wife beater, how about just like a pink button up with half of the buttons undone?
That might work too. And like an 80s Ferrari. Then we can go down there and walk the grid.
Hell yeah.
And then I can take some battery powered clippers and fuck up Chase Carey and that other dude's fucking facial hair.
I need to know what that scar looks like underneath Chase Carey's mustache.
We'll bring us some battery powered clippers and we'll cut Chase Carey's mustache off.
And we've been banned from all Formula One races.
Yep.
And are also
Just
in jail
like that.
for
No,
assault.
I mean just from what we've said.
Oh.
That you don't even have to commit. You're not going to get to commit the act. You can't go to the race.
Yeah, we just threatened the CEO of Formula One.
I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you explicitly did.
I said, what if? I didn't say we're going to.
Yeah.
Hypotheticals, man.
allegedly.
Hey man, what if I came to your home and killed you at night tomorrow? Oh, that's not a threat. I was just saying, what if?
Other news. Are these Pascal Wehrlein rumors?
Could you substantiate those?
I saw them on the internet.
Then
It
there
must be true.
must be true.
So the rumors exist. The facts may not. But rumors are Hartley, as you already know, has been a fucking disappointment all season.
I mean,
He could have done better.
He has been a lot of nothing and almost killed Pierre Gasly.
okay.
You know, I feel like that's like a common theme this season. Who's going to kill Pierre Gasly this week?
Everybody's fucking trying. That poor kid.
we'll get to it, but yeah.
Didn't two people try to kill him last race?
Yes.
His teammate and
His
then
teammate and K-Mag.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so there's rumors that Hartley's going to get dropped from Toro Rosso, and instead they might pick up Pascal Wehrlein,
Potentially
Maybe as soon as Canada.
which is the race after next.
Yes.
Which is,
Is it really? Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's the beginning.
It's-
of June.
We're like 4 weeks from Canada.
it's like June 10th, I think.
Yeah, it's right around my birthday.
Yep, June 10th.
Happy birthday to me. It's a Canadian Grand Prix.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's maybe happening, maybe not. So I'm confused by this because Pascal Wehrlein is a Mercedes driver.
Maybe they have not like renewed any sort of contractual shit with him.
Maybe he's like up at the end of this season, and maybe he's going to Formula E.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Or maybe it's part of a deal
To get
so
Mercedes
that-
engines in those Red Bulls.
Yeah,
Yo, that'd be cool.
that's not happening.
There's no fucking way.
That'd be fucking cool though.
There's no way Mercedes would sell their engines to a team they think could actually compete.
And who are they kicking out? Williams. Nope, they're kicking out.
Yeah,
Williams.
you get rid of Williams easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy choice.
Yep. Or Force India goes under.
I think they're doing fine.
I think Force
financially.
India-
Yeah, I
doing
think they're
fine.
probably doing okay.
VJ
Better
can
than
launder enough
Williams.
money for them.
Other stuff.
Embezzle.
During the grid walk with Martin Brundle, he was talking to Felipe Massa. And was asking him, like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing next or whatever? Where are you driving?
I'm so interested in what Felipe Massa is doing.
I know that neither one of you fucking care, but, you know,
I liked
Felipe
it the
Massa.
first time he retired. I was like, this is touching.
It was touching.
And then the second time.
The second time I didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
You can blame Nico Rosberg for that.
I do blame Nico Rosberg for me not giving a shit.
But Felipe Massa mentioned that he's probably racing in Formula E next year.
Cool.
So, that lame-ass fucking racing series with those slow-ass, ugly cars.
And now they've got a lame-ass, slow, ugly driver.
Wow. That's mean.
You're a monster.
Have you seen Massa?
Our Brazilian audience
Hey,
is
man, his
very
face
upset
got
with
real
you.
fucked up by a spring. I don't know if you know that.
It looked just as bad before that.
I think they fixed him pretty okay.
Also, I guess he's really not that slow. Just ugly.
You're an asshole.
I'm just...
We're going to get to the point where like Formula E races are going to be 50 cars deep, and it's going to be insane.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, actually, if we can get there.
So, yeah, let's make this happen. Just a fucking shit show on track.
Yeah.
Alain Prost's son's out there trying to kill people. Yeah.
F1 TV actually launched.
It did, kind of.
Kind of. They don't have any applications except for a web app, so none of us watched the race using it.
Yeah,
you guys didn't use that to watch the race?
No, because I wanted to watch it on a
both
TV.
of you guys signed up for the pro package.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Jeff bought a year, you bought a month, Devin.
Yep.
So it sucks, right?
Well,
it was broken when I was trying to watch FP3 with it.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't broken per se.
No, it was broken. I would say that was broken.
It was completely broken except unless I switched to an onboard.
Okay.
It was cool being able to switch between different onboards, though.
So we have the Sky feed, right? Sky commentary?
Yes, you can actually select from several commentary choices for different languages.
Oh, cool.
So you can have...
Is there more than one English language choice?
No, there's only one English choice. But yeah, they've got English, German, and so forth.
I just want to...
And you can have no commentary if you want.
Put it on German.
You can have French, I think. Spanish. So yeah, it seems promising, but it is broken as expected on launch.
Yep.
That's why I was not going to spend my money on it.
I already saw stories talking about we might give some refunds.
Jeff got an email.
I got an email from Formula One about it today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, saying that, hey, we're going to run you 2 weeks of coverage, which they didn't assign a dollar amount to, so you and I might get different refund amounts, which would be kind of messed up because I paid more money, but you might get more money back because of the valuation of 2 weeks.
Hell yeah. That's fucked.
Yeah, I did the math on it. I should get like $2.30, and
I'll get like $6.
Yeah, almost $6.
Perfect.
Assuming that
use that to buy URLs.
Yeah.
So Free Practice 1, Kubica made his debut for the season, replacing Sirotkin in practice. And the headlines from this...
Quote.
Were a bit misleading.
Oh.
Because the headlines all just say Kubica was, quote, embarrassed about driving the Williams. The full quote makes it less harsh. He said that I felt embarrassed when I was driving inside the car because it was so difficult and I felt so slow in some places, but we couldn't do more. So I feel like that is less bad than just I was embarrassed to be driving this car.
That's what I had seen was some...
I don't like journalism.
Yeah.
Journalism's bad.
It's pretty shitty.
Rob, remember when you both jumped on me when I said that?
I mean...
Well, yeah, you were disagreeing with us about something. Of course we jump on you.
Butthole.
Yeah, but journalism's bad, but also it's good sometimes as long as Jeff's upset.
But Kubica was lapping 1.3 seconds faster than Stroll.
Yeah, so they maybe picked poorly when they put Sirotkin in that other seat. Because Sirotkin, I think, has been slower than Stroll in general.
But he's got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Turns out Claire Williams needs drinking money.
That's true. Anything else from... Oh, FP3. Brendan Hartley fucking just ripped his car in half.
Well, no. He ran into the wall backwards, and then when he picked it up with the crane, the rear fell off.
Yeah.
The whole backside of the car literally fell off the car.
That sucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, that guy's not going to be in qualifying.
Yep.
Was he in qualifying?
He was not, no. Because I think they said, it's like, yeah, this is going to take us probably like 7 hours to fix.
Yeah, it broke the floor, the transmission, like everything that, like from basically the driver's seat backwards was broken.
Yeah, which is where the stuff is.
It's where the stuff is. But they ended up repairing that chassis instead of putting stuff onto a new one.
Really?
Yeah.
They could save the chassis?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I was
impressive.
surprised.
Jeez.
That's impressive.
And I guess he got checked out, and they said that he was fine. He said that he had a bit of a headache, so people were saying, oh, he has a concussion. But I guess the medical people said he didn't, so I don't... Yeah. He didn't seem to be confused today about anything.
Yeah.
So.
But, I mean, who knows better, some doctors or random people on the internet?
Random people on the internet 100% of the time.
Easily. But I don't think anything else really happened in practice of note, aside from those two things.
Nothing that I know about.
I don't think so.
Which moves us into qualifying. And so Hartley's not starting qualifying. And then in Q1, the one interesting thing I can think of is that, well, for one, Fernando Alonso went out on medium tires for his first run, which was confusing as hell. It's like, why would you possibly do that when you know you're in a slow car?
There were some weird things throughout the entirety of qualifying.
Yeah,
session.
It was very bizarre. And then at the very end of qualifying, Lance Stroll, trying to make it into Q2, fucking just blew one of these corners and wrecked his car, and then got out of his car and tried to walk into a crane, but luckily somebody was there to stop him.
Yeah,
nice.
He nearly got bonked on the head by the boom of a
there was
thing that was coming to pick his car up.
There's like huge fucking crane, and he just like keeps walking like it's supposed to stop for him.
He still had his helmet on, so he may have had some periphery issues, but
maybe
Dummy.
But also fuck
dummy.
Lance Stroll.
Yeah, he lost that car in a weird part of that corner too. Like he didn't like overshoot the corner or anything. It was on the exit of the corner. He throttled
I
too
hear
early.
that car's really bad to drive.
I hear that car's really bad. I hear that
Also
driver's really bad.
I also hear that.
I also heard the commentators say that they had never seen anyone blow that corner in that way. They're like, yeah, I don't know what the hell he did there.
They were talking
that
a lot of crap on
really
him.
hard to do.
There's a lot of raised eyebrow things that happened with people's driving choices. So, yeah. But Lance Stroll's bad, so I come to expect it from him.
Yeah.
And then was it Q1 or Q2 that Hulkenberg had fuel pressure issues?
I think that was Q2. I think Hulkenberg made it into Q2.
Okay.
I think he did, but he was out. So I did not start watching qualifying until about like a third of the way into Q2. And Hulkenberg was not running whenever I started watching. So
He had some fuel pressure issues that basically bungled up one of his laps to where he didn't have, and whenever he went back out for the second lap, he couldn't advance into Q3. So it's the first time that he's been out qualified by his teammate this season, which lets Sainz retain his streak of out qualifying his teammates every time in Spain.
Yeah.
that's cool because he's a Spanish driver.
Sure is.
Spanish driver. Yeah. Anything else from qualifying? You just want to run down the order?
Oh, yeah. Hulkenberg did not make it out of Q1, so
Okay.
I was wrong. Yeah, I can run through this order real quick. So
Just run down the top 10.
yeah, the people that got knocked out of Q1, no surprise, both Williams, Marcus Ericsson, your usual failures. Top 10 were Lewis, Bottas, Vettel, Kimi, Max, Ricardo, Magnussen, I think because maybe the first time Magnussen's made it into Q3.
I don't think so. I think
It's
there.
Alonso in P8, which is definitely the first time McLaren's made it into Q3 this year. They were pretty stoked about that. And then Carlos Sainz and Grosjean rounding out the top 10.
That's cool.
Yep.
So Mercedes is back to it. Looks like last year.
Yep.
Like,
I think this is the first Mercedes 1-2 of the season.
it is.
Yep.
I guess it has. Well, I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be because Bottas could have got on pole, but it's definitely Lewis's first pole of the year.
Yep.
Which is weird.
It's his second. Australia.
Nope.
Yeah.
Fact check on this podcast right now.
I don't think
Lewis set pole in Australia by like 0.8 of a second.
that doesn't seem right.
remember how everybody was like, "Oh, the qualifying's so close," and then it was like, "Oh,
oh yeah, I remember this now." Yeah, Jeff's right.
Yeah,
What?
It's party mode.
Sandbird.
I thought for sure.
Double Sandbirds.
Am I dumb?
Yes.
Yeah, but Mercedes locked out the front row, Ferrari locked out second row, Red Bull locked out third row.
Yeah.
So
Red Bull separated by like 0.04 of a second between their cars.
Yeah. I feel. Is it just me, or does this season feel like it's been going on a long time, and it's surprising that this is only the 5th race?
Yes.
I feel like this was kind of like a almost nice lull in the season, to where we haven't talked about the race yet, but this is, I think, the worst race of the season so far.
it is.
But the other races have just been so fucking chaotic that it's felt like forever. Like, it feels like we're deep in the season, and
It
we're
does, and like
so
there's
early
actually
still.
stuff going on, which is nice. Because
great.
This race not nearly as exciting as the previous races. I have a metric that we'll go over later that determines that.
Great.
Yeah.
The weird thing at the end of the qualifying was, at the end of Q3, people were setting their times on the super softs, but then some of them came out on the mediums and were like setting comparable times on the mediums to their super soft.
Was it the
times.
mediums or the softs?
I want to say it was the mediums.
I think it was.
Because I think I remember
It may have
Ricardo coming out on softs, but I don't know if anyone did mediums as
I
well.
think it was the softs.
Okay,
Buddy.
it may have been softs, but it's like they're setting comparable or better times on softs.
Yeah, I
than the
think
super
Ricardo
softs.
was off by like a tenth or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was weird. But yeah, super softs and softs seem like pretty comparable here.
Yeah.
And like Ricardo was like, yeah, I think the soft's the better tire here.
Yeah.
Which is weird because not just it's the better race tire, it's the better tire for qualifying even, he thinks.
Yep.
So, don't know what's up with that. And pretty much nobody used super softs in this whole race.
Yeah, it was only Alonso that started on super softs, I think.
Yeah, Alonso started on super softs, and at one point, I saw somebody else switch onto them at the end of the race. But mostly just
I
mediums
think it
and
might have
softs.
to do with like air and track temperature.
Yeah, because it was cold also.
Yeah.
It was
on
cold.
race day.
It rained last night, so all the rubber that they put down from practice and qualifying got washed off last night. And the track was repaved in the off season.
Yep. So, you want to walk us through the opening of this race? First lap, Austin?
Hell yeah. The race starts.
Yeah. So
It starts off, turns 1, 2, and 3 are all fine. No, turns 1 and 2 are all fine.
yeah, so lights go out, and Hamilton gets a pretty good getaway, moves the wrong direction and gives Vettel a tow and not Bottas. So Vettel gets by Bottas. Start going around corners 1, 2. We seem okay. Turn 3. Boy, this is a clusterfuck. And I think that Romain Grosjean was watching Formula D because Kevin Magnussen gets a little loose and has to shift up the track, which gets him in front of Romain Grosjean, which immediately puts him in dirty air. So Grosjean gets sideways through turn 3 and kind of slides into the runoff area a little bit. Alonso manages to not hit him. Was it Carlos Sainz dove way down the inside?
I think so, yeah.
Alonso dove way to the outside. So in this situation, you kind of like maybe like skid to a stop or like trying to get some car control back, but no. Romain Grosjean puts his fucking right foot in it and just hammers the throttle on this thing and throws up a fucking smoke screen and tries to hold the car sideways through this corner. It's first lap chaos still behind him, so he just
Yeah, it's basically
smoke screen like a
half
Bernie
the
Eccleston
entire
like
field is behind
idea.
him.
Yeah, he's got half the field behind him. Throws the car sideways and shoots across the track, and he collects Pierre Gasly and Nico Hülkenberg with him.
Yeah, he removes one of Nico Hülkenberg's wheels and breaks the front left off of Gasly's car.
So
Yeah, it was one of the more bizarre choices I've ever seen a driver make. It's like, oh, I just fucking spun here. I guess I'm going to slam the gas and just drive
if you were
straight across.
by yourself in a runoff area and you were facing the wrong direction, hammer the throttle and do a donut.
Yeah.
But like trying to Tokyo drift your way through the fucking corner seems just like a stupid ass move.
Yeah, it was... and like, his decision was like, Well, I was like gonna be in the way, so I wanted to slam on the gas to get through the traffic, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Because he was like, the stewards were like, we reviewed the footage, and he was off the track when he made the decision to re-enter the track and cross it. It's like, what the fuck were you thinking?
So I'm pretty fucking done with Romain Grosjean.
Yeah.
I know Jeff was saying last week, like, oh, don't fucking write him off. He's got the whole season to fix his drive.
I mean, if he comes 5th in every race going forward, like, he might be able to keep his drive. But yeah, it's looking more and more likely that he's going to get dropped.
Nick Cassidy's Twitter.
Nick Cassidy. Good.
How does Romain Grosjean still have a seat?
Yep.
His tweet from Baku. How does he still have a seat? Retweeted that today.
It. Yeah.
Who is Nick Cassidy?
Reigning Super GT 500 champion.
Gotcha.
And I think he does Super Formula as well. He's Jan Martinborough's roommate.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucking done with Romain Grosjean.
Yep. I inherited him with my love for Pastor Maldonado. They were teammates at Lotus. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, I like this guy too. He's like the guy at Lotus that's... He's okay. He's a little worse than Pastor. But, you know, he finishes races.
To be clear here, I just... In case people are new to the sport... Pastor Maldonado is a crashing fucking master.
He won this race 6 years ago today.
He did. It's Williams' last win.
Yep.
But
wow,
yeah,
this guy is a crashing fucking master.
Grosjean was
and
at first too.
And you're upset with Romain Grosjean, but you're like unironically a Pastor Maldonado fan.
Pastor was like Max Verstappen, but without the skill to back it up. And way more crashing.
I mean, he has a third of the races that Max does wins.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, okay. This logic still has holes in it. But
Pastor's great in that he is a fucking maniac, and he will always try.
What's the most important quality in a woman?
Appearance. Everyone knows that.
That is a Pastor Maldonado quote. It's beauty.
Yes. Oh, is it beauty?
Beauty is the quote.
Also, he loves green grapes, and who doesn't?
Green grapes are pretty good.
Yeah, they're the best grapes.
Romain Grosjean crashes the shit out of his car. Nico Hulkenberg gets out of his car, takes off his helmet, and is like standing next to Pierre Gasly, like, what the fuck?
like both of them are just like, man, that fucking
and marshals
guy.
are trying to usher Hulkenberg off the track, and like Gasly's just sitting there looking at his car, like, the fuck? Like... And then
cut to Romain Grosjean.
Sitting on a fucking staircase, just like looking at the ground. Like,
add him to the collection of sad drivers on the side of the road.
Yeah. We got some Bottas ones from last week.
And Romain Grosjean's like does not take his helmet off.
Yep.
Like walks all the way back to the hospitality building for Haas or whatever, and like
hospitality.
Fuck.
Visor open, only one click.
Yeah, only one click, just so he doesn't fucking like have a heat stroke. But like, won't look at anybody, won't talk to anybody, just robots his way. Kimi Räikkönen's his way back to the pits.
Yep.
So, obviously knows that he fucked up.
Yep.
He's a dummy. So, but yeah, take away the rest of the race, Devin, because. For the most part, like there's a couple things that happened, but
I was about to say that's kind of the only interesting thing that happened in this race.
Like, there were some overcuts and some undercuts. And stuff, but
So the first person to pit in this race, well, of the leaders, was Vettel, and so he pits, goes on to mediums, and Mercedes is like, Bottas, you need to push hard now, and like trying to prevent Vettel from staying ahead, like trying to overcut Vettel.
Yeah.
And so Bottas pushes hard, comes into the pits, and has a slow ass pit stop, and comes out basically right behind Vettel.
Yep.
And it's like, if they hadn't fucked up that pit stop, Bottas would have regained that position.
Yes.
And it's like, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
I like Bottas.
I like Bottas too,
but also I want Vettel to win.
Vettel seems to have a good coming of. He's doing good this season as far as like how he's presenting himself and the things that, like.
I will agree with Jeff on that. Like, I don't like Sebastian Vettel, but like, he has not been his typical.
Yeah, I think in some of the like pre-race interviews, like with he and Hamilton, they were talking to them about the changes to the cars coming up, and they both had some pretty good insight about, like, nobody asked us what we should do to make the cars better. Like, you know, they're saying that the cars will be a second and a half slower next year, but we want to always be going faster is the thing that they kind of both back with. So
yeah,
I'm enjoying that part of it.
But let me tell you about Liberty Media. They're a business, and they want more passing to build more audience.
Oh, quote from Eyebrow Guy.
He said, "Fuck you, pay me."
He said they're transforming Formula One from a motorsport company into a media company and an entertainment company.
Mm-hmm.
So
fixed races.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about any of that stuff. They just trying to make the money machine make money.
Yeah.
So,
which fair. It sucks, but sure.
Thus is the world. I mean, if it's more entertaining, which it's an entertainment company, is kind of what they're trying to do, then I mean, cool, whatever. But
yeah.
Also, like, I'm willing to sacrifice like a second and a half or 2 seconds a lap if that means that it's more competitive.
Yeah. Because so the people I would think would be most opposed to this would be like Red Bull, and I think Christian Horner has gone out there and been like, "Hey, man, fuck this." Like,
yeah.
Because Red Bull is like, they are competitive because of Aero.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if you take that away from them, that'll like slow them down relative to the other teams. And honestly, like Mercedes also, it's like Mercedes has the same engine that fucking Williams does. It is all down to Aero that they are that much better.
I think it's
Williams.
Aero and mechanical grip.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not. This sport is like largely Aero based, right?
Yeah.
But if you pull that back a little bit,
yeah, it should like
we're going to increase passing.
Just bunch the whole group up a little bit. So
I'm not saying that we have to remove Aero. Yeah. Just kind of simplify it just a little bit.
Yeah, I get why the top teams are kind of opposed to it, but like I think it could like bring all of the teams like closer together, which would be exciting.
Back to this race though.
So yeah, Bottas comes out behind Vettel, and the cars just start failing at this point. So we had 3 cars out: Gasly, Hulkenberg, and Grosjean.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the next person whose car died was Ocon.
Yeah,
I want to say he was the first one that went out. So yeah, Ocon's car died, and then Kimi's car died, and then later on Stoffel Van Dorn's car died. So just like seeing all of these cars, just like,
don't forget about Hartley. His car died.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was at the very end.
Yeah. Yes, he like checkered flag. Car dies, like,
yeah, so he at least
like crosses the start finish straight, and then
race winner passing him, and he's
end
just
of
like
the pit stop or the pit lane.
Yeah, and Kimi's car, I was for a second there, I thought he wasn't gonna retire because Kimi's car like slowed to a stop. He was like,
he
got it back around to the pit.
Yeah, and
they told him to stop the car.
They told him to stop the car,
and then he started going again.
And all of a sudden, he started going again, and it was like, oh, did he like just change some settings and get it fixed? But then he came around to the pits and retired the car.
Yeah,
I was
I'm sure that's a power unit for him.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he already had one replaced today. So,
and then
this weekend,
whenever Hulkenberg, or was it Hulkenberg, retired? Or no, it was Ocon.
Yeah.
Whenever Ocon retired, the team came over the radio and was like, "Don't shift. Like, do not shift the transmission, because if you don't have any hydraulic pressure, which it didn't have any, it'll fucking nuke the gearbox."
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, aside from that, I mean, it was a race. So here's my metric on how you know if it's a good race or not. If by the halfway point, if I'm starting to feel sleepy, I'm like, hey, I kind of need a nap, it's not a good race. Like, it's just a race. And, like, my boy won the race. Lewis Hamilton won this race.
Yeah.
Like, just free and clear, like, just ran away with it.
Another thing I want to mention is because of... whose car was it that caused it? I think it was...
It was Ocon.
Was it Ocon's?
Yeah.
So because of Ocon's car, a virtual safety car came out late in the race. Well, I guess kind of, like, middle of the race.
Yeah, close to mid-race.
And Vettel decided from P2 to take this chance to slap on some fresh tires.
He didn't. The team did, but yeah.
Yeah, this seemed like like a weird choice at the time. It was like, you're running in second. You have the hardest tire on already.
I think
he could have made it to the end.
I think they thought that...
Yeah, like hindsight, like it's come out saying that they had issues with the rear tires, and that's why they pitted him. But just at the time, I was like, why are you pitting him to put him back on the same tire?
So I thought that also, like, Ferrari was thinking that Mercedes was going to stop again. So it's like, oh, if they're going to stop again, we need to stop again, and let's get it in under this virtual safety car, because that'll be the best time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because earlier on, like, a radio, Hamilton was behind Verstappen, who hadn't stopped yet, when Hamilton already had. And Bono came over the radio and was like, Lewis, Verstappen's ahead of you. He's not stopped yet. They're definitely going to do just a one-stop, which made it seem like, is Mercedes planning on a two-stop?
I think they were planning on it until they had had there not been the first safety car that lasted like 5 laps, and then the VSC, I think they may have gone for 2 stops, but let them save their tires, because they're not really pushing them or putting much wear on them for those slower paced laps.
But I
think, into the VSC incident too.
Yeah. Verstappen
ran into
Stroll.
Right? Yeah, they were just lapping, and Max went as soon as the fucking light went green, and Stroll was asleep at the wheel. And just Max like broke off his front wing end plate on the back of Stroll's car.
Drove the rest of the race like that.
Yeah,
like
I felt like
still lapping competitively.
I feel like the commentators were really like overstating how much damage he took.
It was a fair bit of damage.
They're like, he destroyed his front wing. I was like, he lost the end plate.
He literally just broke off the end plate, which is like important.
That's a lot of aero.
But like that happens a lot. Like those end plates get broken off a lot, and most of the time the commentators are like, yeah, he's still lapping pretty much the same. I guess maybe
I would. So they make here's some my logic on it, because I was like, oh shit, because I didn't want Vettel to finish on the podium. I was like, the car's pretty aero dependent, like that's why it's so competitive, and like the front wing's pretty sensitive, right? Like you can lose an end plate, but if you lose anything more than that, like you're gonna start losing what you need to make the car do what it does, how it do. So I was surprised to see that he was still lapping competitively.
Also, I was worried at first, so he ran into him, and it broke, but it didn't come off.
Yeah, it was stuck. Yeah,
so they were like, this is a safety hazard?
The marshals probably should have told him to come in.
I think it was like within half a lap that it broke off.
Yeah, it came off on the start-finish straight?
Yeah, on the last corner.
And Sergio Perez, proceeded to drive right over this fucking thing.
Yeah, I was like...
sure did.
That thing exploded across the track.
And I was just like, oh shit, did he just fuck his tires?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit,
did he pull
a puncture or something like that?
But apparently no.
Yeah, there was something wrong with the floor. It was sparking pretty good as he was driving around. But
also at the resumption of the race after the virtual safety car, Sirotkin at the very back of the field just like spins all over the goddamn road all by himself.
Hang on, before you talk too much crap on Sirotkin, Ricciardo also spun during the VSC.
Did he?
Yeah. Like,
I guess
like a full 360.
Oh wow,
that's where that gap between him and Verstappen came from.
I was wondering how
the drivers
got so far back.
Was it Carlos Sainz came over the radio and said, "Tell the safety car to go faster"?
Yeah.
So they're driving that safety car balls to the wall, like as fast as it will go, and it's just nothing to the Formula One cars. They're just
they should get a faster safety car. I think
that's an AMG GT. Like that's
but that's not a very fast car on a track.
Well, Mercedes is the sponsor, and that's the fastest car they have, except for the Project One.
Yeah,
well, there you go. The $1 million safety car.
I don't think the Project One is ready, but like it wouldn't surprise me if we did see that like one race.
What if we got like a 458 out there?
Well, that's Ferrari.
It's probably going to be slower.
What?
Because it's an old fucking car.
Well, how about a La Ferrari?
Yeah, stop throwing out $1 million cars.
You're a $1 million car.
Man, it really wouldn't surprise me to see the Project One on track. Like,
really?
As the safety car.
Maybe one in Germany.
See? I'm not saying it's going to be every race, right? Like, it's a $1 million car.
Wait, is Germany actually on the calendar this year?
No. Maybe. They might be.
But it wouldn't surprise me to see the Project One be the safety car at least once.
So we haven't gone to Germany since like 2015.
It's like, is it... Who's the driver of the safety car? I could have swore it was Mika Hakkinen today.
We are going to Germany this year.
Neat.
Hell yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who the safety car guy is.
But yeah, they drive that safety car as fast as that safety car will go. So...
Yes.
Oh, it's in Hockenheim. Cool.
Yeah.
I like Hockenheim more than the Nürburgring.
Oh, you
In
don't like
Württemberg,
Nürburgring,
Germany.
the GP circuit? It's pretty okay.
Yeah.
I would like to see Formula One return to the Nordschleife. Like,
No.
Nordschleife.
I would love to see that.
Friggin'
That'd be
half-hour long
so
safety car
awesome.
lap.
It'd be less time than that. It'd probably be like 8 minutes.
It'd probably be like
What's the AMG GT lap the Nürburgring
Okay,
at?
yeah, it's probably around
like
8
8 to
minutes.
10. Yeah.
I mean, like, it's gonna suck, right? But like, and the race is only gonna have like 10 laps, but
Yeah.
it'd be fucking cool. Because I want to see what a Formula One car will lap the Nordschleife at.
Please. Nordschleife.
God damn it, Devin.
It's got to be like what do you know what the times were the last time they ran cars
I have
on it?
no idea. I only know what production cars right now are running.
Yeah, so I feel like it's got to be like in the 16s. Like 6 minute and
Yeah.
second or
Huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does DTM go to the Nordschleife?
Maybe
don't-
faster.
I don't think
know.
any like major
nobody
motorsport
races
races
there.
at the Nürburgring anymore.
Not even DTM?
I think everybody just races the GP circuit. The Nürburgring GP. But yeah, man, I want to see him go back. That should be fucking dope. There'd be no passing because there's like that track is really narrow. But,
Yeah. That would be a terrible race, but it'd be cool.
man, that'd be cool. I want to see him go on the carousel. And
What
stuff.
if just Mercedes did like an event there where they ran like the 2014 cars around?
That'd be cool.
Do you know what is the like restriction on running old cars? Like how old does it have to be for you to actually be able to run them?
What?
I don't know.
Like for events and shit, you can't run current cars.
Oh.
So like when Red Bull does an
last year's
event,
car?
it can't be last year's car either.
Oh,
I think it's like 4 years or something.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
But-
something like that. Because Red Bull was in Taiwan over the last weekend trying to do an event.
Yes, Red Bull does events all the time, but it's like like the RB12 or some shit that they not 12. It'd be like 9 probably. that they
Yeah,
bust
I
out.
think they may have had the 10 this last one.
Yeah, but it's like very different, but it's like painted up in the current color scheme, which is nice to see because
I know
current
that
Red Bulls look way better than the old ones.
I know that Mercedes did an event recently where they had like one of the V8 Mercedes F1 cars. It was like one of Michael Schumacher's cars out and about, and I was like, nobody gives a shit about that car.
Yep,
It was not competitive.
it's not competitive. Never won shit.
Yeah. You guys have anything else on that race? Like,
I've got the guys who won it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lewis, you already said.
Yeah.
Second place Bottas, which is nice after his. Well,
Yeah.
not what I wanted for Bottas. I really wanted
he needs
Bottas
a
to win this
win.
one.
Yeah, he needs a win.
I really want Bottas to get his contract re-signed.
From the sounds of it, they're happy and they're
Yeah.
not looking outside of the team. So
Good.
Daniel Ricciardo not going to Mercedes, Fernando Alonso not going to Mercedes.
Yep. So yeah, Lewis, Bottas, Max, Vettel, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Sainz, Alonso, Perez, and Leclerc rounding out the top 10.
Leclerc getting some
So,
points.
Nice to see Leclerc in the points again.
Yeah, he fended off Alonso for a while.
He did.
He did.
I was impressed
yeah.
with that.
Stroll, P11 is where I want him.
Right outside the points.
Yeah, I want him to taste it.
Did Sirotkin finish the race, or did he finish dead last?
He finished dead last.
Yeah. So there's
Who finished
that.
between Stroll and Sirotkin? Because wasn't there only 13 or 14
Wait, what
cars?
Van Dorn wasn't classified.
Really?
What the fuck? Huh?
Weird.
That's weird because he rolled over the finish line.
Well, no.
No, that was Hartley.
Hartley.
Oh, okay.
Van Dorn was a handful of laps prior.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I was misremembering. So yeah, Hartley rolling over the finish line with his broken car finished a lap ahead of Sorokin.
Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso did a lap together after the race holding Spanish flags, which I thought was cool.
That is cool.
I thought that was super neat.
I was really surprised how many Carlos Sainz flags
Yep.
and hats I was seeing in the
Yep.
crowd. Because like
Spanish.
I just expected a lot of Alonso though,
Yeah.
which I didn't see any of. But
I
I guess
wasn't looking
that's
that
not
hard.
as easy to see as the Renault yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Only
yeah,
the
that
top
was super
5
cool.
cars in this race were not a lap down.
Yep. Yeah, even K-Mag was 2 laps down?
No, just one.
One?
Yeah, he didn't get a lap down until the very end.
Yeah. Yeah, so Magnussen was a lap down, and then Perez in 9th was 2 laps down.
Yep. So
And then the only person 3 laps down was Sorokin. just going to throw this out there. I think Sorokin sucks.
I agree with you. Do you think he's worse than Lance Stroll?
No. I don't think that's possible.
It looks like Lance Stroll outperformed him.
Lance Stroll seems to be doing pretty good on the first lap of races. He can't hold on to it, but the first lap he seems to have some good passing.
We'll need to look up the race results for the whole year in which both drivers finished and see if Lance Stroll's outperforming Sorokin.
Yeah. I'm curious.
Granted, it's Sorokin's first season.
Yeah.
So, I'm not trying to take too much away from him. There's not a lot to take away from them.
Yeah.
But, you know.
And then, not going to run down the full point spread for the drivers and constructors, but currently Lewis is now 17 points up on Vettel. Vettel's 20 points up on Bottas, and Bottas is 10 points up on Kimi, and then Ricciardo's 1 point behind that. Max is a bit further in 6th. Max finally ahead of Alonso, so now we've got a proper top 6 like you would expect.
I would expect the top 3 teams' drivers to be the top 6.
Yeah. So finally, Alonso no longer in there because that was shameful for Red Bull.
I mean, to be fair,
you have to finish races to get points. So
yeah, true. And so, yeah, Alonso's in 7th, and then it's Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Sainz rounding out the top 10. So impressive to see Magnussen there in the top 10, especially considering his teammate didn't have a single fucking point.
Fuck Romain Grosjean.
How many races has Grosjean finished this season?
At most 3.
He didn't finish in Baku. He didn't at most 2. He didn't finish this. He didn't finish at Baku, and he didn't finish in Australia.
Yeah.
Did he finish?
So you got on to me last week. Are you done with Romain Grosjean now?
No, I'm just asking how many races he's finished.
I know, but like, are you kind of done with him? Are you going to write him off yet?
I'm not going to write him off, but I feel like it's looking more and more likely as the season is progressing like this. Like I said earlier, like if he comes 5th in all of the races left in the season, like he's probably fine. But I don't think that's...
I don't think that's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Also, another thing, speaking of Grosjean that we forgot to mention, he's picked up a 3-place grid penalty
for Monaco.
I did not see that.
For Monaco.
Also,
Nice.
3 penalty points on his super license.
He's finished 2 races, Bahrain and China, 13th and 17th, respectively.
So, moving on, because of Romain Grosjean, I lost first place in the Fantasy GP.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm no longer in last.
Because he fucked up my safety car thing, and he fucked up my amount of cars finishing the race.
I'm confused, because I feel like before I guessed at 1 safety car, and there was 1 safety car and 1 VSC, and it said that I got it right. But this time there's 1 safety car and 1 VSC, and it said I got it wrong, and I guessed at 1.
Huh.
You should send them an angry email.
No, I don't care
guessed
that much.
0 on the safety car thing, just because...
Dumb shit.
What?
Dumbass.
Spain does not... Spanish does not have... like a major history of safety cars.
No, I agree, but there's always one.
There wouldn't have been one if it wasn't for Romain Grosjean's bitch ass. Like,
whoa.
Well, I mean, if the VSC counts, then
I don't think the VSC counts as a safety car.
Then how did I get it wrong?
I don't know. But yeah, Adam Nielsen from 10 tenths ahead of me by 1 point.
Wow, sucks for you. I'm no longer in last. Which is nice.
I think that
you're
Jimmy
the Romain Grosjean
of
our podcast.
Nope, Romain Grosjean isn't last. I'm the Marcus Ericsson of this podcast.
Okay.
Is he the only driver without points?
Fuck. No, Sorokin doesn't have points either.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I want to become the Charles Leclerc of this
There's
podcast.
that. Daniel's up to 3rd.
I want Marcus Ericsson to get fired. Not so. That's kind of out of nowhere.
We're moving on from Fantasy GP. Go ahead.
I want good drivers, and Marcus Ericsson's not one.
Turns out Formula 1 can't be only good drivers.
I know, it sucks.
Like, that's every motorsport series ever.
But also, what if Charles Leclerc took Grosjean's seat next year?
All right.
Maybe.
They're both Ferrari teams.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So that's what I really want. But then I was like, oh, then who does Sauber get? I was like, well, they could get 2 new guys. Fuck Marcus Ericsson.
They need
Literally
money.
anyone. Just find the fan in the stands.
Yeah.
Just find... They need money.
I think Lance Stroll might be better than Marcus Ericsson. And that's hard to say.
With that.
Okay. I'm not going to agree or disagree with that because I really don't give a shit that much about these back teams. Like,
I want Pascal Wehrlein back in here.
He's not coming back.
What if he does? I want him.
Did you guys hear the commentators at towards the beginning of the race call Haas a backmarker?
Yeah. And then apologize immediately.
They tried to backpedal on it, and they just did it. They're like, one of the front running backmarkers. So I'm like, you're not making this any better.
This commentating team just keeps making me laugh.
Yeah, there's a lot of shade from these dudes.
Oh god, they talk so much shit on the Ferrari mirrors.
Yep.
And then whenever Lewis and Bottas came 1-2 in quali, they were like, justice is served for Ferrari. I'm like, what?
I don't think any of them like Ferrari. There's some clear bias in these commentators.
They're British. They like Lewis.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Like that.
Just the same way that any country's coverage, the Dutch coverage, is Max Verstappen. Did you watch the videos from Baku of the Dutch broadcast of how they reacted to that crash?
No, were they
they were fucking mad at Ricciardo.
Daniel Ricciardo, that motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's my Austrian accent, by the way.
It was like that.
Austrian, Belgium. Where the fuck is
Dutch?
What? He's Dutch, but what country is
Holland.
That? Is it?
I don't know.
I can never fucking remember this shit because why is it called Dutch?
Where's Spa? That's their home Grand Prix.
Or the Netherlands. It's not Holland. It's the Netherlands.
Yeah,
they changed their name
in Belgium. But yeah, why is he not Netherlandish? Why the fuck is he Dutch? That's something that's always bothered me, and I hate it.
You call people from Holland Dutch? I don't fucking know.
What about the Netherlands?
The Netherlands is Holland.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Didn't know I was talking to a geographer.
Google that shit.
I am, because I feel like our track record of knowing where shit is awful.
This poorly informed opinion podcast.
Yeah. I think there was another Super GT race this morning as well.
Doesn't help if you don't know what it is.
But I was going to mention that I will talk about Super GT next time because I didn't have time to watch it today. I think I've actually got 2 Super GT races to watch.
There was a heritage race at Monaco this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Where they drove the old F1 cars around Monaco.
I saw that, actually.
Monaco sucks.
Yeah,
it does.
2 weeks we go to Monaco.
So.
Holland is like a state in the Netherlands. And the Netherlands is on the northwest corner of Germany.
There you go. Boom.
And they have a sauce.
They have clogs.
Hollandaise
and windmills.
Sauce.
I don't know what hollandaise sauce is, but it sounds gross.
Either.
I assume
I think it's like
I feel
mayonnaise.
Like it's got honey in it.
It's like mayonnaise and honey.
Is it red?
I fucking don't know.
Mayonnaise and honey sounds so disgusting.
There was also this 24-hour race, which Jeff sent me a video clip trying to get me mad.
Did it work?
I was a little concerned, but I wasn't mad.
Oh, no, there's not honey in this at all. Or mayonnaise.
Is there vinegar?
Hollandaise, formerly called Dutch sauce, is an emulsion of egg yolk, melted butter, water, and lemon juice.
That's the most disgusting shit anyone's ever said.
But it looks like it would taste like lemon pudding.
It looks like pudding, yeah, but it's really eggs and butter.
I mean, yeah.
I bet that will give you a freaking heart attack.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Seasoned it with salt. Yeah.
So in this video clip that Jeff sent me, there's a car broke down on the circuit.
It's from the Nürburgring 24 Hours race this weekend. It looked like it was a Mercedes?
Yes, it was a Mercedes broke down on the circuit, and there's a marshal standing next to it, trying to tell these fucking mechanics running across the track, dragging an air tank with them to try to get the car jacked up.
Yeah, while the track is they're
a live track.
They're behind a safety car, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But cars are still driving around the track, and they have to run from one side of the track across the tarmac to where the car is broken down.
Yeah, and the marshal's waving them away, get the fuck out of here, and they're fuck you.
So mad. One of them runs across the track, and he's just like, no, don't go over by that car, and he keeps him from going over there, and the second mechanic then runs across the track, and
that marshal's looking at the second mechanic, waving his hands at him, telling him to go back, and this mechanic's like, dude, fuck you. He runs across the track.
And then Marshall throws his hands up and spins in a circle and he looks so pissed, so done.
I'd be pretty fucking mad though.
Jesus.
You're supposed to do what the track marshals say, and these guys are like, fuck that shit, we gotta get this car back in the race.
People were the internet was like, Oh, they got to disqualify the team or something. For
I
that.
feel like
that's
they should have been disqualified.
€2,000 penalty for the team.
Yeah,
that's
like,
it.
My personal opinion, they should have been disqualified.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty fucking dumb, and you didn't listen to what the marshal was trying to tell you to do. So, in the end, nobody got fucking hurt, but still, like, that's a pretty dangerous thing. Because it's not like the pit guys are wearing, like, high visibility jackets or anything like that. It's dark outside. Like, they're just running down the fucking track with tools.
This was also at nighttime. Is a good thing to mention.
Shit.
Yeah, it is not good. Like, it's real fucking dumb. But did that car get back in the race? Do we know?
I have no idea.
I'll have to look that shit up later.
Yeah.
2 weeks from now we'll be at Monaco. Most people that I know hate this circuit.
It's a boring but historical track.
I don't think that Monaco will ever not be on the calendar.
No, yeah, it's qualifying is exciting in Monaco.
Yes.
But the race is boring.
Yes. So, yeah, we'll be there 2 weeks.
I don't know. Last year, Pascal Wehrlein turned his car on its side, and that was cool.
Well,
Button did.
With help of Jensen Button.
Jensen Button said he was going to piss in Alonso's seat.
Yeah.
Take care of my car, Button, my friend. Use his car as wedge.
Yep.
Jensen,
my friend.
you remember those good commercials that they did last
with
year?
the cars?
Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett.
Jensen, it is cold. Can we put up the top? Alonso's like playing Jensen's sad wife in those ads. And he's like an abusive husband because he doesn't put the top up. He's like, no, we're cruising.
Yeah, like Jensen's quote to Alonso before Monaco. He's like, I'm going to piss in your seat. Like, it's pretty funny. But I think that's all we got for Formula One, right?
Yeah.
No more news.
Red Bull hasn't made a decision on what engine they're using yet because they still have a couple days as of the time we're recording this.
That news is going to come out way before we record again, so we'll probably just post it.
Yeah, I'm just saying that we don't have anything to say on it because they haven't said anything yet.
I like Christian Horner trying to put people on the spot.
God. Freaking Martin Brundle or one of the commentators was like, well, Christian, what are you going to do? You got to do this. And Christian is just, at one point, is just like, well, what the fuck would you do, Martin?
Yeah, like Christian Horner kept putting Martin Brundle on the spot. Like,
he's like, stop.
Like, surely you got to do this. Like, or like, what plan are you on? Plan A or Plan B? It's like, well, which one means what to you? Like, like Christian Horner is just like, yeah, you assholes. Like, I'm not playing this game with you.
Yeah, he's great.
It was pretty good. Yeah, Christian Horner's starting to come around on me.
Yeah, they tried to interview Niki Lauda at the start. Well, two things with Niki Lauda. One, at one point they were interviewing. Oh, it was right after quali. They interviewed Niki Lauda, and he said that they were the master race, which was.
I don't think he said they were the master race.
I think talking about Mercedes.
I think. I can't remember exactly.
Regardless, as an Austrian, you should not say that.
Yeah, when you look and sound like Niki Lauda, do not be like, oh yes, and we are the master race. It's like, Niki, no.
And then today, during the grid walk, they tried to interview Niki Lauda right before the anthem started playing, and he's like, Niki, what's the strategy? You doing one stop or two stop? And Niki just looks at the camera and goes, what? And then it cuts to and it cuts immediately to the anthem. So Niki Lauda had the best interview of the season.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Martin Brundle sucks. I was trying to explain to Aaron the Nico Rosberg thing, where he's like, they don't want to talk to you. Like, it's pretty good.
Who is it that it's what's that other guy? Kravitz. Teddy Kravitz, he does the most random shit sometimes. Like in one of the last couple of races, he was supposed to buy some of the hospitality suites, and they had some trellis fencing with like plants weaved through it, and he was like, "Oh, and there's lemons." He's like, is this a lemon tree that they've done this? He's like, no, so it's safety wired lemons to this tree to make it look nicer. And he like peeks around the other side. He's like, oh, they're over here too. Like he's just looking at the weirdest stuff, and it's great.
I watched the grid walk for the first time this season, and like at the beginning they had this weird thing on the street in Barcelona, and like They have that Kravitz dude. He's like standing at a stoplight, and he's
Ted's
just like
Notebook. That's what it's called.
and he's like practicing like the start of the race or whatever. And there's these cars at the stoplight, and as soon as the light goes green, he like starts commentating it. It's pretty fucking good. Like there's people around him just looking at him like he's a fucking madman.
I think Ted Kravitz might be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They did like at the beginning of that grid walk, they had Paul DeResta up there, and he's like, you know, they liked me last week, so I'm gonna do like the grid walk this time. And like Martin Brundle comes in, and he's like, no, you're not. Like I'm back. Like I'm gonna do this. So
Did you guys see the post-quality interviews with Davida from
I did
the
not.
F2 commentator? Boy, that was awkward. Yeah, the guy that's very French and is way too enthusiastic. At one point, he's talking to Sebastian, and he says something and like points at the camera like it's like an outro, and Seb is just like, what the fuck?
get away from me.
Yeah.
Oh, Sebastian, how'd you do in the qualifying? That's my French accent.
Yeah, that guy is both awesome but also terrible. I don't want to see him do any interviews ever.
Yeah.
He's really hard to understand.
He is super hard to understand. Fucking, I just read this thing in the Radial podcast crew on Facebook.
Is it relevant?
Yes, it is. Well, not to this conversation, but to the Fantasy GP conversation. Daniel posted, Adam, have you looked at Fantasy GP yet? And then Adam tagged me. Austin made me aware of it. Must suck to suck.
Does it?
All I know is that means that the podcast war is not over.
It never will be. Let's shut this down.
Yeah, let's go home.
You are home.
You guys go home. And by go home, I mean go see your mother.
It's Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that listen to this podcast. And by mothers, I mean one.
Ours.
Yeah, you guys' mom.
Yep.
So, Monaco
Yeah.
in 2 weeks.
We'll see if Kimmy goes for another swim back to his boat.
What if Brendan wins?
I don't know how
That's never going to happen.
But if it did, he would be closer than Alonso to the old Triple Crown Rooney.
Fuck. We'll be back next week to talk about some bullshit, maybe some other racing series.
Super GT.
Maybe we'll work on the Porsche.
Maybe.
Good,
maybe.
I finally found this thing.
What'd you find?
I found the Lemons video. We'll watch it later.
Okay. Until then, we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Bye.
Later.
Because he's got a private jet.
Yeah.
Candy Apple Red.
He was just...
Tells me
is
not
there
to eat fucking cows, but flies all over the world by himself.
Oh, I'm at the
This
worst.
is the worst argument. Fuck you. Fuck this argument.
That argument sucks. Also, I'm at the worst vegan last night.
Were they like, yeah, I'm a vegan. I eat meat. We're out there.